Most men think a kiss on the lips is the most powerful move, but there's a small spot on the body that triggers a far stronger reaction, and almost no one talks about it. Welcome back to Talia Talks Love, the channel where we explore the hidden psychology of attraction, relationships, and the subtle behaviors that create powerful emotional connections. Today, we're uncovering a fascinating insight about a simple kiss and the surprising spot that can trigger an intense reaction most people never expect. One of the biggest reasons certain kisses create such a strong reaction is because of how the human nervous system is designed. The body is not equally sensitive everywhere. Some areas contain a much higher concentration of nerve endings, which means the brain receives stronger signals when those areas are touched. These nerve dense regions are wired directly into parts of the brain that process emotion, anticipation, and pleasure. When gentle contact happens in one of these places, the brain does not treat it like ordinary touch. Instead, it interprets the sensation as something more meaningful and more intimate. Skin that is thinner tends to be more responsive because nerves sit closer to the surface. This is why areas around the neck, the jawline, and behind the ear can feel extremely sensitive. Even a very soft touch or light kiss can trigger a noticeable reaction because the sensory information travels quickly through the nervous system to the brain. The body instantly becomes more aware of the contact and attention naturally focuses on that moment. This reaction is not just physical. The brain also links these sensations with emotional signals such as closeness, trust, and attraction. Because of this connection, a simple kiss in the right place can feel surprisingly powerful, even when the action itself is gentle and brief. Attraction often grows stronger when there is a sense of anticipation. The human brain reacts more intensely to the idea that something is about to happen than to the action itself. This is because anticipation activates areas of the brain connected to curiosity, reward, and emotional excitement. When a moment builds slowly, the mind begins imagining what might happen next, and that imagination increases emotional intensity. Instead of reacting to a single action, the brain becomes involved in a process of expectation. Slow buildup works because it creates tension in a natural way. When someone moves closer gradually, pauses, and allows the moment to develop, the brain has time to register every small detail. Breathing, proximity, subtle movements, and eye contact all start to feel more noticeable. These small signals make the situation feel more personal and emotionally charged. The mind becomes focused on the interaction, which heightens awareness of even the slightest touch. This is why quick or rushed actions often feel less powerful. When something happens too fast, the brain does not have time to create anticipation. But when the moment unfolds slowly, curiosity grows and emotional attention increases. The buildup turns a simple gesture into an experience that feels deeper, more memorable, and far more intense. Certain parts of the body respond more strongly to touch because they combine physical sensitivity with emotional vulnerability. Areas like the neck, the jawline, and the space just behind the ear are known for this type of response. The skin in these places is thin and the nerves sit close to the surface, which allows the brain to receive sensory signals very quickly. Even light contact in these regions can feel noticeably stronger than touch on other parts of the body. Because of this, a gentle kiss or soft contact in these areas can trigger a quick physical reaction. These spots also carry a psychological layer. The neck and the space behind the ear are naturally exposed and unguarded, so the brain associates touch there with closeness and trust. When someone moves near those areas, the mind becomes more aware of the situation. Breathing, warmth, and proximity are all detected at the same time, which increases emo intensity. The brain begins focusing on the moment because it senses that the interaction is intimate rather than casual. The combination of nerve sensitivity and emotional meaning is what makes these areas powerful. Physical sensation and psychological awareness blend together, creating a reaction that feels stronger than the action itself. Confidence and calm body language strongly affect how physical gestures are interpreted. Human beings constantly read nonverbal signals, often without realizing it. Posture, eye contact, breathing rhythm, and the pace of movement all send information to the brain about intention and emotional state. When someone appears relaxed and self assured, the interaction tends to feel safe and natural. The brain perceives stability, which makes the moment more comfortable and more emotionally engaging. Calm body language also slows the situation down. Slow movements, steady breathing, and controlled gestures allow the other person's mind to process what is happening without feeling rushed or pressured. This sense of control creates a smoother emotional atmosphere. Instead of reacting with uncertainty or hesitation, the brain becomes more open to the moment. Confidence does not mean being forceful or dramatic. It usually appears through simple signals like maintaining relaxed eye contact, standing comfortably, and moving with intention rather than urgency. The human brain is very sensitive to emotional tone. When someone's body language communicates calm confidence, it changes how every gesture is received. Even small actions can feel more meaningful because they appear deliberate and natural. The interaction becomes less about the action itself and more about the feeling of ease and presence in the moment. Psychological tension is one of the strongest forces in human attraction. It appears in the space between two people when something meaningful might happen but has not happened yet. The brain is naturally drawn to moments of uncertainty because it wants to predict outcomes and resolve curiosity. When a situation contains a small amount of mystery or delay, the mind becomes more alert and focused. Attention increases, and emotions become more active because the brain is trying to understand what comes next. This tension is not about pressure or discomfort. It is created through subtle pauses, slow movements, and moments where an action almost happens but waits for the right second. When someone leans closer, pauses briefly, and allows the moment to breathe, the mind starts building expectation. That expectation activates the brain's reward system, which releases feelings connected to excitement and anticipation. The emotional response grows stronger because the brain is participating in the moment rather than simply reacting to it. When actions happen too quickly, the mind does not have time to build this emotional energy. But when the moment develops gradually, curiosity and attention keep increasing. The space between intention and action becomes charged with emotion, making the experience feel far more powerful and memorable. Intimate moments feel powerful because they combine several human senses and emotional signals at the same time. Touch alone can create a reaction, but when touch is combined with closeness, warmth, and emotional presence, the experience becomes much stronger for the brain. The human nervous system constantly collects information from physical contact, body temperature, breathing patterns, and distance between two people. When these signals happen together, the brain interprets them as something meaningful rather than ordinary interaction. Proximity plays an important role because it naturally increases awareness. When someone enters personal space, attention sharpens. The mind begins noticing small details such as subtle movements, changes in breathing, and shifts in posture. This heightened awareness makes every small gesture feel more noticeable. Touch then adds another layer because it sends direct signals through the nervous system telling the brain that a connection is happening in that moment. Emotional presence strengthens the effect even more. When someone is fully focused and engaged, the interaction feels genuine rather than mechanical. The brain recognizes sincerity through tone of voice, eye contact, and relaxed energy. When touch, closeness, and emotional attention appear together, the mind experiences the moment as personal and significant, which is why simple gestures can sometimes create surprisingly strong reactions. In the end, the real secret behind powerful attraction is not about doing something dramatic or complicated. It is about understanding how small, precise moments affect the human mind and nervous system. The body responds strongly when touch, closeness, and emotional presence come together in the right way. A simple gesture, when done with patience and awareness, can create a reaction that feels much deeper than the action itself. The brain remembers moments that build slowly, where anticipation and attention grow before anything even happens. That is why subtlety often creates more impact than intensity. When someone understands how timing, proximity, and calm confidence work together, even the smallest gesture can feel meaningful and unforgettable. Attraction is rarely about force or speed. It is about creating a moment where the mind and the senses become fully aware of what is happening, turning a simple interaction into an experience that linger in memory. If you found this insight as powerful as I promised, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a moment. And comment the word magnet below if you feel the energy of this secret. Let's see who's truly tuned.